I'm from West Philly, right? Are y'all from any of y'all from Philly and moved to Pottstown? Okay, you are. Your parents are.
That's not even. We are Pottstown.
So I'm born and raised in West Philly, and I went to the workshop school, which is a project-based high school. So instead of like working on textbooks and things like that, we did a lot of hands-on projects. For example, for our math class, we had to build and design a skateboard. And there was a bunch of aerodynamics in there. For English, we had to build and install a small free library. Raise your hand if you've ever seen a small free library. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The libraries that have like built like this, and it's free books. So we had to research. You know exactly. So we had to research what books we wanted to actually put into those small free libraries. And stuff like that. So a bunch of hands-on. And the school was separated into like different electives. So we had auto body, right, which is like all of like car stuff, right? We had auto body, we had wood shop, which is like learning how to use lumber and cut lumber and use tools. And we have engineering, which is like learning how to use like laser cutters to make iPhone cases or to cut through certain things as well. So in ninth grade, we experienced all three of those shops. And then in 10th grade, we had to select which shop that we wanted to do, right? But I was in between. I'm like, I don't know what shop I want, like, because I really love wood shop. I love learning how to work with lumber and how to cut stuff and build stuff. But I also love engineering because I love using the laser cutter and love learning how to use like power tools and stuff like that. So in ninth grade, I decided to select two of them. I was lucky enough to have that opportunity. So I did wood shop mixed with engineering. And from there, I was able to get all of my hands-on experience. This is how I learned how to use power tools, how to use the drills, power drills, how to use a circular saw, how to use a laser cutter, and all these amazing tools that I use now to operate and run my company. So from there, in 11th grade, we had to design our own project, right? No. We had an internship, sorry. In 11th grade, we had our internship. Who knows what internship is? You want to explain it? What it is?
It's long so line from someone specific place without anything.
Yeah, exactly. Did everybody hear what she said? So she said that it's a way to get paid. I mean, not to get paid, but it's a way to learn from other people. Like, well, you want to repeat it though again? To learn from other people.
It's a way to learn. It's a way to learn a specific skill from
a specific skill from other people, right? So a lot of you guys, maybe you would consider this an internship, right? You would consider this an internship. So I had an internship at Sankofa Community Farm in Southwest at Bartram's Garden, where I learned a lot of plant knowledge. I learned how to grow fruits and vegetables similar to what you guys are doing, right? And I felt so connected with growing my own fruits and vegetables because growing up, my mom shopped at Save-A-Lot, and when I went to Save-A-Lot, there wasn't a lot of like fresh produce, and when I went to the market, it was wilty food, and we got like the bottom shelf stuff, and I didn't realize that because that's where I grew up. I grew up like that, so it wasn't like a shock to me until I went to go see other neighborhoods, and I seen what these other neighborhoods had, right? And I'm like, why in my neighborhood is there no options, or it looks like this, or the store is like this, but closer to like 4th Street, right? It's like much nicer. So that became one of my interests and one of the things that I wanted to like, I started questioning why it was like that. So from that experience at Sankofa, I was able to learn a lot about plants, a lot about the power of growing my own fruits and vegetables. And I became and built a relationship with the land and growing my own fruits and vegetables. So from the internship in 12th grade, we had to design our entire project, our own project. And I'm like, oh my goodness, there had to be something related to food because of my internship, right? The internship pushed me that much to be like, yo, like I need something about food. So from there, I'm like, I'm gonna start building and installing garden beds for people so they can be in control of their food and what they want. So in high school, in 12th grade, I started my company called Glover Gardens. But it wasn't Glover Gardens at first. It was called Landscrapers. It's a terrible name. But the mission, the idea stayed the same. The idea was to provide folks in my community with the access to fruits and vegetables that can grow them their own selves, and utilizing all the skills and all the confidence that I had to use these power tools at at the workshop school. So I started my business as a grade. And from there, I presented it in front of all my peers, all my classmates, and they were like, yo, Haja, you can actually make a living off of this. Like, you can actually, this is such a great idea. So from that point on, I graduated high school, and I reached back out to Ty, the co-director of Sankofa, and I'm like, yo, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know if I want to go to college, but I definitely know that I want to learn about farming. And in the city, it wasn't any farming schools, right? I had to go pay all this college tuition to go to Penn State or to go to Dell State. It wasn't, the city didn't have any programs. So I'm like, let me go back to Sankofa and learn more about plants, learn more about agriculture. And that's where I started Glover Gardens. That's just a journey of how I started Glover Gardens. And now my company, we have built and installed over 300 garden beds. So we pre-built the actual garden beds. We provide the soil, we provide the seeds, and also the starter plant for all of our clients. And we have partnered with CHOP, Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. We have partnered with community centers. We have partnered with schools throughout the city to help them grow their own fruits and vegetables with the students. We have partnered and potentially are partnered with the school district of Philadelphia to create a whole entire system of these garden beds as well. Let me make sure I hit all my points. In terms of just work, what I realized too is it's important for all of you guys to learn and find your passion, no matter what it is. It may be something small. You may not think of it as oh, this is something I can make a living out of, right? Or off of. But whatever it is, I want you guys to know that it's very important to stick to your passion and what drives you, because when you get into the actual real workforce, it's going to be challenging. There's going to be so many difficulties. I don't care what nobody says, it's not easy. So what helps me and pushes me is to know my passion, and my passion always, that's something I can rely back on throughout all the challenges and the difficulties that the workforce may bring. So yeah.